Leo, welcome to Pure Potato Tarot. Thank you for clicking on the video and visiting my channel. If any parts of the message resonates, please feel free to like, comment, as well as subscribe. Will never profess to be the best card reader on any social media platform. However, I do know how to read cards, so please don't ask me about divine feminines, divine masculines, portal, spell work, or any of that other till bullshit. My readings are for informative purposes only and not to be taken as medical and or legal advice. I do read my cards literally as well as the energy, so the story will always reveal itself. Please remember that energy is not gender specific, can refer to you, someone you know, someone you have known, or someone you will know. I am brutally blunt and politically incorrect, and so if at any point during this message I offend you, I am so sorry in advance, not my intentions, and you should definitely go find yourself another tarot card reader. And so with that, welcome Leo to your March 2026 reading. Yeah, I don't know what you have going on, Leo. I just heard, I don't even know, bruh. I don't even know. Like, I don't even think you know what's going on. Somebody has light eyes. Be significant as well, Leo, for the month of March. Alright. What do we have going on for my Leo? This is too many for March 2026. Okay. 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 Well, Leo, you could have problems with, okay, there's so much, there's so much, there's so much, there's so much, there's so much. Okay, so this could be an interracial relationship. Somebody could be involved in an interracial relationship. These are a lot of cards, but somebody could be involved in an interracial relationship. All right, where, yeah, somebody is involved in an interracial relationship. More so than that, somebody is involved in an interracial affair. And your significant other could know this. And so as a result of this, your significant other is either trying to culturally appropriate the other race in an effort to make themselves more appealing to you, Leo, or you could be doing this, or you could have had an interracial relationship in the past, and it could have been like a one of or something like that, but as a result of that, every woman that you have met thereafter that is of the same race as you know, basically exhibits a lot of the traits and or characteristics and or vibes of the person that you once dated that was of a different race. So what I'm hearing is once you go black, you never go back, Leo, for the month of March. Whatever that means. Whatever that means, that's what I'm hearing. Once you go black, you never go back. So somebody could have partaken in an interracial relationship. Somebody could still be doing it right now, but as a result, that relationship has changed somebody forever. Like their whole preference and what it is that they look for in a mate, or what it is that they look for in, you know, their person, you know, moving forward has changed. Also, this is a situation where somebody could be dealing or could be in an interracial relationship, but even though the other person, say the other person is black, this person could be of a very fair complexion. So this could be somebody who's mulatto, or, you know, who is, you know, has some type of mixed race ancestry in them. So basically, you know, I'm just using this as an example. This person could be black. Yes, technically they are black, but skin color wise, they are very fair. comparable to being Caucasian. So they're an acceptable black. Somebody could be realizing that is what they attract, or that is what they want, or now this is what they're going to seek. And somebody could also be realizing that could be possibly the only reason why somebody started dating or was able to date them in the first place, was because they were, quote, considered acceptable. Okay, Leo, that's something. And the thing is, whoever this person is, who is of mixed race or not mixed race, but this person could be black or whatever, they are in love with their so this is what I'm definitely saying, is somebody is white and somebody is black. I mean, not necessarily, I mean, it could be, other races as well, but take it, use it as it is appropriate. And whoever is, say the black person is just completely smitten and in love with the white person. First of all, somebody is completely smitten and in love because this is, even though somebody is black, they don't know they black. Or they've not grown up in, because there's different blacks as there's different whites. You know what I mean? Not everybody that's white comes from the same background or has the same opportunities, just like not everybody that's black, there's differences. And so this could be someone who was able to, or who grew up around, these types of, who grew up in a diverse community or neighborhood or something like that, but perhaps because they were technically black or technically, Asian or technically Hispanic, even though, they didn't necessarily look it or whatever, they weren't able to really fully integrate into that society. Or if they did, then like usually they'd be the only one, and they were only able to do this because they are considered to be non-threatening. Also, there's somebody out here who knows that if they want to succeed in this world, that they basically need to have them a white man on their arm. Shit, I'm sorry, but that's what I'm hearing. So this could be like a Kamala Harris type situation, and no knock to her, because that's really the way that the world is set up, but it could be a situation like, okay, well, that was always my theory, at least, all right, well, I know that there's certain, rooms or certain levels that I'm just not going to be able to get into just me on my own. So I need to have someone who's able to get into these rooms and have these, and be a part of these conversations by my side, because I won't be able to do it alone. All right. So that's what I'm getting with this. Also, whoever this person is, to say this is, this white man, baby, they are loved up, honey, because he's equally in love. Yes, he is. Like, I cannot believe I got somebody like her. This is like somebody views someone as the total package. So somebody views this person as exotic, as just everything. And this person is acceptable. Non-threatening is also what I'm hearing. So this doesn't necessarily have to be a romantic situation. This could be a business situation. So this could be a situation where, somebody is being considered to be made partner, say, in a firm or something like that. And normally, partners of color aren't, the norm in this particular firm. Usually, that those positions go to, white men or white women. But this person basically is like a Meghan Markle type of person. You wouldn't even know that this person was black unless, this person asked you, because they don't talk black, they don't walk black, they don't dress black, basically everything about their upbringing and their, everything, has been, mainly skewed towards, you know, white America or other communities or things like that. And so, you know, this person is acceptable. So this could be like a Meghan Markle type situation. Yes. Speaking of Meghan Markle, I don't even know where that just came up, but it could be um, mm, somebody's going to be very what is it? It could come out that, you know, not it could come out, that's not really the right word I should be saying. It could be alleged that, you know, that could be one of the reasons why women like, you know, Her Royal Highness Princess Meghan um, was allowed to enter into the royal family, which I've always said, you know what I mean? And plus, you know, there's no way in hell that any of her children would ever succeed, you know, or, you know, succeed to the throne of England. So there was never any, you know, threat of a black man ever being king or ruling over the Commonwealth. So it was acceptable. I'm just using that as an example. All right, let's see. Uh-oh. All right, we have deja vu, and then we have unbreakable. So this could also be a situation where, okay, somebody is being told that this is also a situation where somebody thought that they had privileges that they don't have. And this could be coming to the fore in the month of March for you, Leo. So this could be a situation where somebody could have thought that what can I say? Somebody could have thought that they had someone wrapped so tight that they would always protect them and they would always come through for them. Somebody thought that they could have possibly have whipped that thing on them so good or whatever that this person would always check for them. This person would always come to them. Somebody believed that, you know, they never had anything like them in their life and everything, and perhaps that was the case when they first got together, and so this person has grown overly confident on the effect and or pull that they possibly have had on someone. Also, somebody is realizing that if this is you know, going back to the whole interracial relationship type of situation, somebody is realizing that you're good enough to sleep with or to creep around with, but you're not good enough to marry into the family or meet the family or be around the friends. So somebody is keeping somebody a secret out here in the month of March, and you're going to be finding that out, that you're possibly the person that somebody is keeping a secret, Leo. Somebody keeps repeating a cycle with someone. Somebody keeps going around and around and around in circles with somebody. So this is a situation where possibly, you know, this is you or how somebody views you. You know, somebody loves the other person to death, and somebody loves all the things that you provide for them, Leo. But when it comes down to making a solid, real commitment or a solid step forward to really build something with someone, this person is it's always fucking crickets. This person is always gone. You know, this person, or if they're not gone, there's always a reason why, you know, why you guys can't progress to the next level. If this is an interracial type of relationship, you know, and it doesn't necessarily have to be an interracial type of relationship. What I should say is there is a reason why somebody keeps another person a secret, or why somebody has basically compartmentalized a relationship or a situation that it will never be any more than what it is. Maybe that's a better way of putting it. And this could be a situation where somebody thought that they had you locked, or you believe that you had somebody locked and that they would never break free or they would never leave you. and somebody basically realized that there's 10 more of you, just, you out here, and they can just, have somebody just like you in a second. And even if they can't find somebody just like you, they'll try to make that person as close to you as possible. They'll get by. So this could be a situation, I don't know why this is giving me, that there's a white man out here, or a white woman, or however it goes down, who is dealing with somebody who is of a different nationality, and this person could possibly have great chemistry. They have great sex. They send this motherfucker home floating on a cloud. But this person will never take this situationship to the next level. What they will do is they'll go home and try to find somebody from their own community and dress this person up as the one that they are, currently involved with. Somebody that is acceptable, somebody that they can bring home to meet their mom. So somebody is good enough to sleep with, but somebody is not good enough to meet somebody's mother, is what you're going to be finding out for the month of March. My little Leos out here. What is this? What was the situation in the past for my Leos? Okay. Alright. Knight of Wands in the reverse. That's the reason why you stopped dealing with somebody in the first place. Because you realized that that's all this person wanted from you was sex. Or was something. It wasn't anything real. Or this person kept you around because they love the way that you love them. So it wasn't necessarily because they loved you, but they loved the way that you loved them. So they knew that no matter what happened, no matter how they went out into the world and fucked up in it, that you would be there to bring them back in, to try to make shit better for them, and to basically, just be there. You were their old faithful, for sure. All right, what is the energy that is currently going on for my Leos out here? Also, this is a situation where so this could be where there's a man and he has a preference and everything, but so this could be like an older man type situation where there's an older man who likes younger women. What fucking older man doesn't? But likes younger women. And so, you are here by this man's side. So this man calls on you and everything, and he's always in your ear and in your pocket when shit is going wrong. But when shit is going right, he wants to have like his little younger girlfriends, and he wants to be with them and everything. And so you've been out here trying to break your neck, or you will, trying to make yourself look as young as possible or as hip as possible so you can try to catch this man's eye. Or, try to, what's the word? Yeah, catch this man's eye or compete. Somebody is saying, why don't you just sit your old ass down? Just sit your old ass down. Like you out here trying to have younger women and everything and da-da-da-da-da. But somebody is out here trying to actually compete with these younger women. All right, we have the Four of Swords in reverse. Yeah, because somebody is not coming to visit anybody anymore, and somebody knows what this means. So this could be a situation where, and then we have the nine of Pentacles in the reverse as well. At the bottom of the deck, we have Three of Wands. So this could be a situation where you have been dealing with somebody for so long. This is the reason why, you could have been dealing with somebody for 30, 40 years. But this is the reason why you guys could never get to the next level, is because somebody has an affinity for, younger women, or somebody, you just don't fit this person's taste. You're just not what this person wants and everything. And you could have been breaking your neck trying to fit the mold that you thought, you needed to fit in order for your person to be attracted to you and to want you. You've done this before with this person. You know how this person is. When this person is all into you, this person is always calling you. They're always at your house. They always want to be bothered. blah blah blah. Somebody hasn't been coming over to somebody's house, as much, or has not been inviting someone to come over to their house. Somebody is not, wanting to sleep with the other person anymore. Somebody knows that their person is interested in someone else, or is seeing someone else. And so now with this person, what you're going to do, or what your person is going to try to do for you, is they're going to try to look like this other person. They're going to try to dress like this other person, wear this other person's, wear this person's hairstyle, or, try to copy this person's style in an effort to make this man or this woman want them again. That dog is howling. All right, and what can we expect in the future with this situation for my Leos? Somebody has light brown eyes. Somebody knows that they are not thinking about them. Somebody is not coming over to sleep with somebody. Somebody is not even in somebody's mind anymore. Somebody has moved on. Somebody is happy. Somebody has moved on to the next. Somebody also called themselves trying to break somebody up too. So somebody thought, so this could be like a pygmisha or a copycat energy. So this is like, okay, you're dealing with somebody and there's just something about you. So this doesn't even have to be a race thing. This could just be like in a whole community of hood rats, there was a woman who stood out, or there was a guy who stood out from the rest. She wasn't like the rest of the people around there, or she possibly maybe she was from a different country or something, something to that effect. But there was something very different about this person. And, this man or whomever, they really fell in love with this person because she was different. And so, because he was dealing, or she was dealing with somebody else, he or she was no longer paying attention to you, Leo, or you were no longer paying attention to somebody else. And so, as a result, you could have got mad, Leo, or somebody else could have been mad at you. And so what, they decided to do, or what you decided to do, is you decided to try to become that person. You decided to try to copy this person's style. You decided to try to copy this person's look. You decided to try to be this person, to morph into this person in an effort to regain, this man's or this woman's attention. And also by, basically trying to be that person. And so for perhaps, for a time it worked. Also, somebody told a lot of lies as well. But perhaps for a time it did work, and you were able to drive a wedge, or you were able to distract your person, or distract that person away from you, or they were able to be distracted. You were able to distract them away from their person, or they were able to be distracted away from you. And so now, things could be coming full circle, where you could be running back into that person, or, the person that you tried to keep someone away from, they could have run back into that person, and now everything is just clicking, and they're just going to rock with this person. So basically all of the problems that you caused, or all of the things that you did to try to keep someone away from the other person, is not working. This person has gotten back in contact with somebody, and they are not thinking about your ass. Or you're not thinking about somebody else. What is the future energy for this? We have a Virgo. Virgo now sees somebody as the snake that they are. So this could be a situation where somebody tried to either use a Virgo, confuse a Virgo, or convince a Virgo that somebody was a snake. And perhaps, and this person could have done this, or somebody could have lied and said you were dealing with a Virgo. But this Virgo was able to identify who the real snake was. And so now somebody is on their guard. We have the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. So somebody can no longer lie about a situation. Somebody was also stealing somebody's money too. And then we have the Chariot card. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Nine of Pentacles. So somebody now knows that who was the thief. Somebody was stealing somebody's money, or somebody can no longer lie on somebody. Somebody can no longer hide behind a facade. So this going back to if somebody was trying to pretend to be somebody else in order to distract your person, attract your person, or however, somebody now sees that as a lie. Like, you're not this person. You can't do what this person can do. You lied and said that this person was dealing with them, or that this person was doing X, Y, and Z when it was you the whole time. Somebody was stealing from somebody. Somebody was lying on somebody. Somebody could have possibly been lying and saying that somebody was stealing from somebody else. And all of that is coming out. As a result, somebody was possibly trying to steal from a Virgo. Somebody was trying to steal from a Virgo. I'm hearing power of attorney. Somebody was trying to get somebody's power of attorney. And somebody caught it. You could be dealing with an Aquarius. An Aquarius, okay, what I'm seeing is an Aquarius could have illuminated to a Virgo, or an Aquarius could have illuminated that somebody was trying to steal from a Virgo. Confirmation, somebody was trying to steal from a Virgo, or somebody was lying on a Virgo. And ever since somebody got that information, somebody has been standing on guard. Somebody is not fucking with somebody like that. Somebody is not letting somebody anywhere near their house. So somebody got found out that they were stealing, or that they were trying to steal. This could be a situation where somebody, your friend just pulls you to the side like, bruh or sis, like, this person is, it's something about this person. Like, how come every time you start dealing with this person, now your money fucks up? Or how come every time you start dealing with this person, you know what I mean? X, Y, and Z starts happening, or whatever. And somebody is like, yeah, that is true. Somebody tried to make it seem like the other person was the thief, or the other person was the villain, or the other person was only there to take somebody's money or to use somebody, and they got found out as the person who was really there, trying to take and use somebody. And as a result, this person is not fucking with them. Somebody is going back to somebody, so there's a reset. Somebody is going to be full circle. So say you were the person, Leo, that somebody lied on in an effort to keep you away from somebody, and somebody could have made it seem like, you were the villain, you were the one that was that you were out to hurt this person, or out to take from this person. Whoever was out there starting those rumors, or causing those issues, they're now being seen for what they are, as the person who actually did it. Oh, yes. All things happen. All things happen. A Cancer, so you could be dealing with a Cancer. You could be dealing with a Virgo. All right, for the month of March, Leo, we have crying for you. So you could be crying for somebody, or somebody could be crying for you. They're a succubus, so somebody is a user out here as well. We have baby daddy drama in the reverse, so yeah, somebody also could be offering to give you some oral sex, or you could be offering to give somebody some oral sex. Also, somebody uses a strap on as well. We're gonna get a couple more. That's juicy. Also, somebody likes to get golden showers. Oof. All right, now that's deep. Deeper and deeper. Alright, you could be dealing with a woman between the ages of 50 to 80 years old at the bottom of the deck. Somebody is violent to somebody else you know, or somebody has been violent to somebody else you know. Alright, what else? We have what? And I cut the deck, goes at the top of the deck, Leo. So, Leo, this is you. Lord, have mercy, Leo. So, you could be the one that's getting found out to be the fraud this year. I'm sorry, this month, Leo. People are starting to wise up and starting to see. Alright, that's it. That's all that really coming out. Alright, that's a lot. That's a lot. Somebody likes men as well. Somebody's into a poly lifestyle, but they're saying that they're not. Somebody is moving on. Something could have happened. Something is going to happen next month. It's not going to be so high. Also, somebody has some screenshots, so you could be getting involved in some type of situation. Somebody has evidence. You could also be dealing with an older man, ages 50 to 80 years old. Somebody is a silver fox. Alright, we have the fall. So something happened last autumn, or something could be happening this coming autumn. I'm sorry. Okay, Leo, so Wow. Somebody is into some sex, some sexy whatever. So this could also be a situation where somebody is their little freak. So this is somebody who they can like live out their fetishes with, and they can, you know, do all their little kiki wild shit with, stuff that they wouldn't want to do with, like, you know, say their wife or something. So somebody, you know, basically they have their wife, they have their person who's a good girl, and then they have the person who they will piss on. Okay? And the person who was getting pissed on, they wanted to be the one that was getting loved up and everything. And so they could have tried to, you know, act like that they were, you know, a good, wholesome person, and they weren't like that. Or it's more to me than just, you know, somebody was into pegging, because somebody is quietly bisexual or gay. So somebody was into getting pegged. Somebody, you know, uses strap-ons and everything, and somebody could be into that. And perhaps, you know, they don't want their significant other or the person whom they're really in love with. Somebody was really happy with somebody as well. Somebody was very happy with somebody, and for whatever the reason, somebody could have messed that up in the past, and they could have messed it up because they were dealing with somebody else, or they could have allowed, you know, somebody to get in their head and tell lies or something like that. And as a result, the relationship ended, and this person basically, you know, was dealing with the other person simply because, and somebody could have gotten some information or however that, you know, that those were lies that were being told on their person, and somebody could have reconnected with the other person. And, you know, they're happy again. They're with the person whom they love. They're with the person who makes them happy. They're with the person who they now know is the person that really loves them and just loves them for them. They don't want anything from this person. All they want is just to be with this person. They don't care what happens. They just, you know, like, this is somebody who's righteous for them. And so now, as a result, this person is going to try to morph themselves into this, you know, other person again, but it's not going to be to any avail. Somebody is, yeah. Somebody is also going to try to convince somebody that they weren't lying or that they weren't stealing, but somebody now knows that this person was stealing. Somebody is going to find out who the real thief is, because this is a situation where, say, you know, they believe that the old person was the one that was stealing because everybody told them that, or everybody told them that they wanted to steal from them, or however it goes down. And so they turn to the other person, the one who's basically, you know, in their minds trying to fuck their heads up and all. And the whole time that they're with this person, they are steadily losing money. They are steadily losing money. Money is coming up missing. $100 here, $200 here, or there's a charge on the card that they don't remember making. Also, somebody is getting old and they're losing their faculties, or their faculties aren't as sharp as they used to be, and somebody was taking advantage of that. Somebody was taking advantage of that. So this could be a situation where somebody needed help and everything, and somebody came in and acted like they were going to be a helpmate, or they were going to be there. They really had this person's back. So, like, get rid of that other person. You, like, that other person, they don't love you, or they're not going to do this, or they're not going to care for you like me, and blah, 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 blah. And the person could have said you right simply because they knew this other person longer, or they knew this person before, they had dealt with this person in the past, or perhaps they felt like, you know, maybe they had gotten it wrong. So somebody knew that somebody was scandalous in the past, but, you know, perhaps they did some scandalous things, so they justified it like, yeah, well, you know, I was scammed too, so I can't really say, you know what I mean, what they were doing and what they weren't doing and all, blah, blah, blah. So they let shit slide. Like, the second go around, now they're starting to see like, nah, that motherfucker was just scandalous. Like, I was right, you know what I'm saying? If I did do something ill in the past, I was justified because this person is ill as shit. Somebody now knows who the thief is. Somebody will leave their money out. So after somebody got that information that I spoke of, like somebody put something in somebody's ear, like, how come every time this person come around, your money don't ever be right, or blah, 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 blah. Somebody started setting like little traps or whatever. So this would be a situation where somebody would like leave some money out on purpose to see if it would be gone, or to see if some would be missing, and some money will always come up missing. Or there will always be some type of, you know, in some type of discrepancy in the bookkeeping. Or this person will say, I only took $200, but $350 will be missing. You must not have had as much money as you thought, because I only took $200. And so somebody was playing with somebody like that. So somebody also knows that they need somebody around them, because there's somebody's health is starting to fail too, that they need somebody around them that they can trust, that's not going to take advantage of them. And they now know, Leo, or you now know that somebody is not that person for you, or you're not that person for them. So anyway, Leo, I hope that helped. Thank you so much. Don't forget to like, comment, as well as subscribe. And until the next time, deuces.